What do you think of when you think of Pride? Like, the event. No, like, take some time, what comes to your mind? Hello there, if you don't already know me, my name is Brian G. Murphy, and this is my YouTube channel. And if you do already know me, welcome back. Together we have conversations about things that matter. I remember the first time that I went to an LGBT Pride event. It was a few years ago in Philadelphia, and it was the most LGBT people that I had ever been around in my entire life. I just felt like, I'm home. It was this amazing feeling, and I remember looking around and being like, there's so many different types of people and ages and genders and outfits and expressions, and oh my god, there are so many sexy people, like, woo! It's not just the things you can see though that make Pride so amazing. There's something like electric in the air. It's a little bit sexual and a little bit rebellious and a little bit countercultural and a little bit like family, and obviously more than a little bit proud. And even as Pride gets more and more commercialized and sanitized, and we've got big banks and big airlines with their big floats in the parades, there's still something magical about Pride, this sense of community and not just survival, but thriving and celebrating who we are in all our unashamed glory. I also want to remember, especially in light of the Pulse nightclub shooting in Orlando just a few weeks ago, that Pride didn't start out as this big raucous party. That the first Pride happened because in 1969 the police raided the Stonewall Inn, and that night the people there said enough, no more, and they fought back. The people there were of diverse gender presentations and identities and ethnicities and races, and they came together to say no more. It was sissy faggots and butch dykes and drag queens and cross-dressers, cisgender and transgender, gay, lesbian, bisexual, queer, and everything in between. A year later, the first Pride happened as a defiant march to remember what happened at Stonewall. And so every year at Pride, I try and hold those two things in balance. That it's this amazing, beautiful celebration of who we are and where we've come, but also a defiant stand against all forms of injustice. And so I invite you this year to hold those two things in your heart as you go out and you celebrate your Pride in whatever ways you'll be doing that. I would love to hear from you in the comments below what Pride means to you, and I will see you all next Wednesday. Bye.